Just recently made the FMS 70mm F-16 and it was a blast. But we did it bare bones and as basic as it gets. Today, I'd like to add the included missiles, the ordinances, and see how much that affects the flight. If the cool factor goes up and the flight performance doesn't go down, we're gonna keep them on, baby. And we wanna try a 4,000 milliamp 50C battery to see how much that affects the performance too. It is funny, these things pop up when you don't have the battery in there. That's like one thing I don't like about it. Now, people that have never flown these jets before might think these missiles either have to be glued on or, I don't know. They don't. They're very easy to pop in place. They have a rail system that just slides in place. Just as easy to remove. So you can change the way your jet looks and flies every single battery if you want to. And if you don't like the way the missiles look, it actually comes with a pack of decals, stickers that can go on the missiles and change the way they look. But guys will spray paint these and do all sorts of things too. There. I think the rail system is the best way to go for those because everybody uses it now because it's great. Let's see how this does. And if you missed it, the flight stabilizer gave me all sorts of problems. So we yanked it and we're just flying bare bones now. It's a nice, lightweight, high performance EDF. And the fact that we're pushing 50C in here now and what do we have, 4,000 milliamps. I'm pretty excited to see how it performs. Stay off the middle of the runway because the other day we sunk into a crack. And let's see if we can just take off quickly and get that landing gear up. Last time I did that, we had an issue where the front wheel didn't come up. Only time I've had that issue on this, although this is my third total flight you guys are witnessing. Saw a buzzard off in the corner. I'm worried. The landing gear's up just fine. We'll climb this thing and let's see if we can actually do like a little bit of a hammerhead. Nice, that was cool. Roll it down. Yeah. So we should be able to get probably close to a 4-minute or so flight, and that's, I'd say, where we're gonna stick to today. The downside is I forgot my voltimeter, my volt checker. We're not gonna know exactly, at least until I get home. I will check it when I get home and I can probably have it pop up on screen after this flight. Oh, it's awesome, Abby. We're here in still February. The sun is shining. The wind isn't too bad. And we get to do this.
Oh, well, sorry. I was not ready.
Snap it up here. And we'll bring it down. Oh man, that was wild.
Yeah, it's flying a little different than it was the other day.
Yeah, big time.
But it looks better.
Cuban 8 this thing back here.
It does look better with the missiles on.
I shouldn't have rolled out that high. And I'm at a funny angle, but we're gonna do the Cuban 8. There we go. I don't do Cuban 8 with EDFs that often. I do like the missiles. I think I like the way it looks a lot more, and I don't think it's affecting the flight, at least not that I can really tell. But it's a windy day too. I think they look great, especially the wingtip ones. That's my favorite. Yep. It makes the jet look a little more appropriate, I think. 0 throttle. Throttle up some. It really looks the part. The only thing this jet is missing is lights, in my opinion. It would be great to have some bright LEDs on here, but having the lights not on here is keeping the cost down and way more competitive. Daytime flyer, it just doesn't get much more beautiful than that. It is very good looking F-16, and in my opinion, a nice high performance one at that. Just about looks real, doesn't it? Oh my gosh, I really like flying this. It's one I'm happy to have in the collection. It'll be a nice summertime flyer for me.
What time were you wanting to land? I forgot.
About 4 minutes. I know we're getting close.
Not exactly sure what time you took off.
It's okay. Well, When you hit 4.5 on your timer, it's probably really close.
Nate sometimes makes that my job, and sometimes I fail, and then he runs out of juice and crashes.
Well,
we have done that before. Well, my timer is at 3:30 since I started recording, but I don't know how long. I think that was
4,000 milliamps.
That was with you taxiing out, I believe.
Okay,
so you're probably at like 3.
We're gonna climb it. Full throttle climb. Boom, climb. Down and around. I like those vertical climbs in front of the camera, and I could have pulled back on the elevator harder, but I thought that was a pretty good spot to do it, and a good angle. And again, we'll do it again, that's fun.
You fly most of your jets at full throttle all the time?
No, about 75–80%.
Yeah.
Here's full throttle. Here's full throttle. And pull up.
Looks so good.
Now, a lot of guys do, though. You don't really need to, but you can. It just shortens your flight time. Cool factor goes up, of course, flying faster. We'll give it a full throttle rip down the runway.
And then probably land.
And then land it, yeah. And I'm gonna have to bring it around, actually. That was full throttle, but nose into the wind. This pass is gonna be lower throttle. We're gonna drop the landing gear, and I gotta land left to right because the wind has changed directions. It's actually a horrible crosswind right now. I see 3, and I came down over the runway like that just in case I dropped power, because we are getting, probably pushing it. With this angle, oh my gosh, I'm not looking forward to this landing with that wind, but we got it. We got this. We got this. We got this. Just focus. Just focus. Don't tip over. That's what I was trying to avoid. That wind, the crosswind, wanted to pick that wing up. Oh, I had to fight it with my ailerons and rudder. That was not an easy landing because I thought we were going to scrape it up really bad.
Good job.
Oh, it looks good though, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
It just looks awesome. The articulation on that landing gear makes me so happy to see the little bumps. It smoothens it out. Look at it bouncing, see? But the front wheel stays down. It does a great job. I think this would be a really good grass field. Oh, see, just like that. Just like that. Now, how did I do that just on a taxi, but I didn't on that high-speed landing?
There goes that perfect paint job.
You know what? The missiles saved it. So the scratch went to the missile.
All right, fair enough.
Ooh. Hopefully, right around here, I'll have the voltage pop up on screen because I don't have it with me, but I will check when I get home. It feels just warm enough to warm up my cold fingers, but not hot. So I don't think I cooked that battery at all.
You delicate little thing.
Oh yeah. If you can afford the 50C battery, I think it's worth it because the jet was not as hard on that. And it costs a little more, but it's okay. I know that that would be great with the flight stabilizer in there, which is included, and you do pay for that. But in my case, I just wanted to fly it. I could have reached out to FMS. Trust me, I'm sure they would have sent me another stabilizer, as probably anybody if they got that and had that issue. But you know what? I just put in an old AR636 receiver. It's 6 channels. I could put AS3X and safe in here if I wanted to, but I'm at a point now where I don't really need to do that, but if it has it in a bind and fly, happy to show it off. And it's nice to have some bind and fly planes with safe or safe flight stabilizers, so Abby can fly them. Because you have flown the e-flite F-16, didn't you? You've flown a couple of the jets. You've flown the Viper.
I've flown the Viper, and I've flown an A-10.
Yeah, the A-10.
And I've flown a tiny little cheap F-15.
Well,
I feel like that's all my jets, though.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've flown an F-16.
One of these needs to be in your future because the orientation is very easy.
Not this one.
That's not this one. I'll just keep this one. But one of the E-flights, I'm sure, you know. So this was a blast. Oh my gosh, we just broke. Oh, I'm just kidding. Missiles didn't seem to affect it too bad. 4,000 milliamp performed really well. If you want to do things like Harriers, you're going to want a 3200 in here and push way back. But if you just want sporty, kind of casual flying like we did today, then your battery placement can go almost snug up. You could snug it all the way up to the front if you really wanted to. But it's pretty happy, you know, about an inch or so from the front foam, just so long as you can still get your lip in here so that can close. And there's no space issues on this jet. That's a 4,000. You could probably get away with a 5,000, but then you're going to maybe run into some weight issues. So 4,000 is great. This is an awesome jet. We'll have a link to the description box below, and know that using that link helps support our channel and our family at no extra cost to you. free RC content here on YouTube. We don't really ask much of our viewers, but if you do pick something up, please consider using that link. It really does help us out. Every little bit adds up big time, and we thank you so much. I want to say a massive thanks to God too for blessing us with today to get out here in front of the camera and share this experience with you, but also just life in general. Isn't it good? Even the bad days, there's still a lot of good to be had, and I hope you guys are searching for that good in your life too. Warm weather's around the corner, and it has me excited because I'm hoping for more days like today, but with shorts and t-shirts, and that'll be nice. Also want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters because we couldn't do this content as often as we do without your insanely awesome support. So thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. If you love good size, fast jets, Abby and I'll have a hand-picked video, probably one of my favorites, popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye!